gargoyle of the front row fanatics, and you're watching my two good friends on Top Rope Reality.
Hello, buddy, and welcome back to episode 151 of Top Rope Reality here on the YouTube.
On the YouTube.
And Facebook.
And that too, you can watch it on there.
That's right.
We posted it on there. We put it on there, people. One day we'll be on Twitch. I don't know. You never know.
Right there with Impact.
With Impact. Hey, House of Hardcore's on Twitch. We need to join in.
Yeah, Twitch.
Twitch.
What'd you call me?
Exactly. Sometimes we be twitching on here.
Yes. Well, let's get started with some ringside news, and we have a lot to go through right today. I know, it's so much news.
Well, we got to get it over with because, you know, if we film before Royal Rumble, you know, we ain't got time for all this news.
Yes. We ain't got time for that.
We ain't got time for that. But yes, big news is Paige's WWE career looks like it's coming to an end.
Yes. WWE hasn't made it officially yet. Everybody else said it's over, it's over.
It's done.
But WWE hasn't come out.
But they did have an interview on .com where Mike Rome asked her about what was going on with her. She said her neck injury is causing her to miss out on the Royal Rumble, the Women's Royal Rumble, but did not speak further on it. No. So I guess they're just taking a day at a time, and maybe they're waiting for the Royal Rumble to end to give her a bigger spotlight to be done. Yeah. But I could see them using her as just a mouthpiece for the other two girls.
Yeah, she would have worked as a mouthpiece.
She'd be fine.
But,
she ain't got. I mean, she could be like Daniel Bryan.
Did you
still
see
stick
the video?
around.
You see the video of Sasha kicking her?
It looked pretty painful, and then she kept trying to get up, and she was just spaghetti leg, spaghetti armed,
and legs too. She couldn't get up, and they think, okay.
You could see when she was down right after the kick, she's like trying to hit her hands together, yes. And I'm like, oh goodness gracious, that is not good. And then she tries to grab Sasha, and she just crumbles. I was like, nope. It reminded me of how Sting just crumbled out of the corner with the whole thing with Seth Rollins. So
he ain't back.
He ain't back. And they're kind of looking at it like, you know, the Edge and Stone Cold and Sting, you know, Daniel Bryan with the neck issues, you know. I don't see them letting her come back. I mean, it's just, she just had neck surgery, and then you're already hurt from the neck again. Not a good thing.
Nope. They're not gonna push it until the doctors say, you know, they don't want anything happening to you in the ring.
Right.
Paralyzed.
She's already had bad enough situations with the internet, so she doesn't want anything else as a dark cloud on her career. So, you know, don't try. You know, don't sit there and do like Daniel Bryan and say, I'm leaving to go wrestle again somewhere else. That's probably not a good idea.
But the date is in, folks.
Huge. This is huge.
It is huge.
I wish I had the money to travel because I want to go all in.
Yes, a lot of people is going all in.
A lot of people are.
And it'll be September 1st, 2018 as Cody Rhodes revealed the date for the All-In event.
Yes, and it was interesting because at first they showed on the All-In Twitter page, they had a big banner background. And it had Cody, it had the Young Bucks, it had Kenny Omega, and Stephen Amell. Mm-hmm. Then all of a sudden, that background was just black. And I'm like, oh, they revealed it too soon. So maybe Stephen Amell just comes out with Cody. Maybe he actually wrestles a match. You know, there's all kind of stuff coming up on matches that we could see. I mean, I know I sent you that fan-made, you know, list of matches, but if you look at Being the Elite, and if you ever watch their videos, which are very funny, if you watch them now, it kind of gives you an idea of, ooh, they're actually setting up matches that could potentially happen here. Because Adam Page, who is Hangman, Adam Page. Right. So the running joke on there is when him and the Young Bucks team up, they're called the Hung Bucks because the joke is that he is hung. Okay. Well, Joey Ryan has that kind of niche audience about him being hung.
Yes, he does.
And so the big thing is Adam Page is doing an investigation to reveal that Joey Ryan is a penis pretender. Ah. So I think that match will be the end of it will culminate September 1st, 2018.
I can see that, yeah.
And it's the smartest thing. They're saying, well, they don't have TV. They cannot do an event without TV. There's no way that they're going to get 10,000 seats filled up because they don't have TV. There's more. They have 178 1,000 subscribers in that range right there, that's way more than 10,000.
Yeah.
They just need a percentage of their subscribers on their Being the Elite page to show up at that show. And you know, a lot of them, they'll travel to WrestleMania, they'll also travel to that.
Oh, hell yes. I
So,
don't know what whoever said that is stupid.
well, one of the pretty people was your buddy, Jim Cornette. He crazy.
Yeah, he is crazy.
But on one of his podcasts, he was saying that there's no way that he's like, they may be able to do it one time, but they're not going to be able to do it again. And I'm like, again, if you present it on their Being the Elite thing, you've got Twitter, you've got YouTube, you've got Facebook, you've got Ring of Honor that you can work off of, because they're showing you on Ring of Honor.
Yeah.
They're showing you on New Japan.
Yeah, that's
Because he
weird.
hates the Young Bucks.
He hates a lot of people.
He does hate a lot of people. But I think it's going to go well, and it could turn into like a once-a-year thing.
I don't see how they say, oh, we'll do it one time. No, they can do it once a year.
They can do it once a year. You'll have WrestleMania.
Because you're building up. September 1st is a while away from here. And you're already building up already? Come on.
You'll have WrestleMania once a year. You'll have All In once a year. Mm-hmm. You have things like WrestleCade and WrestleCon once a year. Because not only are they doing the actual show September the 1st, but it looks like it's going to be, the days leading up to September the 1st, they'll have a multi-day convention, because they've been talking to some, I guess some money people about doing a convention alongside the All-In event. Like a WrestleCon, WrestleCade, where they have, like access for WrestleMania,
right.
where you can come in and you can meet your favorites, get autographs, do all that kind of stuff, because
merchandise.
Think about that. That's more money for the boys that are agreeing to be on that show. Mm-hmm. You got one payday for being on the show, and then you're going to get tons of money from the convention.
Yeah.
From every paying person that buys your shirts or takes a picture with you.
Mm-hmm.
That's big money. I mean, they
all
only
these
need
media's out
7
there.
or 8 matches, and this show right here will be huge.
And who's to say by the time this rolls around, they don't have a computer deal or an internet deal with somebody to film it and show it?
Right.
There's so many media things out there now.
Right. I mean, they could put it on something like Twitch, or they could put it on
Facebook Live,
Facebook Live, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Live to YouTube as it's happening. Anything like that. It's going to be interesting, because, you'll start seeing more and more. We know the Young Bucks. We know Cody. We know Kenny Omega is going to be there. It looks like Stephen Amell, because they kind of revealed that ahead of time.
Jericho may be there.
He may just do it. But, you'll have I'm thinking at least all of the American version of the Bullet Club, the ones that are on their Being the Elite.
Right.
With Marty Scurll and all them.
Yes.
And this is what I'm saying. Start watching the Being the Elite show now, and I think a lot of the people that they're showcasing on there will be showcased on that All-In event, because they've been doing this thing with Rocky Romero, Trent Beretta, and Chuck Taylor, where they come up to different people in the backstage, and they're just real buttholes to these people. And the line is, oh, I didn't know Trent, or I didn't know Rocky, or I didn't know Chuck Taylor was a dick in real life. Well, guess what? Off of that one line, Rocky Romero on his merchandise website has already put out a thing with all 3 of their silhouettes of their faces, and it says D-I-R-L, dick in real life. It doesn't say the actual words, it's just the letters, and I'm like, marketing geniuses here. You see what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, people buy that shirt.
So those 3 guys could be showcased on there just strictly off of that right there.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about getting the shirt right there, because I've been called that a time before in my life. So, by many people.
Not by me.
No, not by
Not
him.
yet.
Not yet. But it's going to be interesting. You start watching that show and start seeing who all of a sudden gets, oh, I'm all in. Oh, I'm all in. Oh, and there'll be people from that Being the Elite page on YouTube.
Because I think, I have to look. I can see on Twitter that somebody asked Cody, will women be a part of it? He said yes.
Ooh, daddy out. Because you know Brandy's going to be there. So she might have a match.
She got somebody to wrestle. The Hardy Boys and Impact Wrestling President Ed Nordholm have come to a mutual
You
agreement.
mean Jim Hurd?
Jim Hurd, yeah.
Hey!
The pizza guy.
They'll be
It
the
will
guy.
allow the Hardys to use the broken Universal characters and intelligent properties without fear of lawsuit.
So basically, that's
It's step four.
they still own it. WWE owns the Woken
Right.
part of it. So whenever they leave WWE, when that time comes, because they all leave,
Yeah.
then they go back on the Indies and they can use the Broken thing and no one can sue them.
Nope.
So
That's when I'll see what Jeff will be tomorrow night on Raw 25.
will he just be Jeff Hardy, or will he be Brother Nero?
That's one thing I'm looking forward to.
Or will
There's a lot of other
he
things.
be, or will he be Will o' the Wisp? Ooh. Which they did an interview with him, and they asked him what his favorite character was, and he said it was Willow.
Right.
So that character may come around because that character was used in the Broken Universe.
Yep. I
So-
know that Matt said his family's going to be coming around, and Senor Benjamin.
Senor Benjamin, which is that's actually Rebecca Hardy's daddy.
Yeah, I
And I
know.
did not realize that when they first started doing that. So, because they said he was not compensated by Impact at all. He just did that out of the kindness of his own heart.
He went out that and we get a check.
Right. Big news here. Again, showcasing that WWE, or more like NXT, and the WWNLive universes kind of coming together, working together, as Gabe Sapolsky has reportedly signed a deal with the WWE, and from what I understand, he will be a consultant in the NXT realm of things, but it will not affect his job doing WWNLive, with all of their different, because they got FIP and they've got all these different companies under them, and he'll still be a part of that.
Now, see, he's there watching them, and he's there telling them.
Right. He's like,
So, hey.
if y'all want to go here, I know it works.
Yes, I've got a few connections.
Right.
Give
You
you
need
a
to act
chance.
like this. You need to post things like this. You don't need to post things like that on
No.
social media, stuff like that. So, because I've got quite a few wrestlers on my Facebook, and I kind of I have to shake my head sometimes at what they post. I'm like,
Yeah.
when they go and research what you've posted throughout the years, you are not getting hired.
Nope.
Because that is just as important as the physical nowadays.
Because they don't want nothing coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Hunter was asked on the potential Daniel Bryan in-ring return.
Mm-hmm.
Hunter says it's up to the doctors. It's always up to the doctors. He hopes Daniel can get back in the ring. Bryan's WWE contract is up in September.
Yes.
September.
Wonder if it's September 1st.
That's interesting. He has repeatedly made clear he intends to wrestle again.
Right.
Hopefully that nothing happens if he doesn't wrestle for WWE.
They say that he has said numerous times, if he ever gets a negative test result, then he'll stop pursuing it. But he's going to continue to do all the testing, multiple testing every month, and if every one of them comes back positive, they're saying that his brain now is better than it's ever been. They're saying that it's recuperated completely, and it doesn't have, because they said like the brain of like Chris Benoit was like of a 70 or 80-year-old man.
Right.
It's not that with Daniel Bryan. They said that he's got the brain of even younger.
Maybe they already know, and they're just keeping us in the dark. Maybe.
Well, because
Maybe the 29th or 27th.
well, here's the thing, because I don't know if you saw this, because I know you keep up with the betting odds things, because I don't understand this, but they're saying the betting. Oh yeah, we're bringing it up now. The betting odds have gone through the roof on the potential that Daniel Bryan wins the Royal Rumble.
You can't win the Royal unless you're in the Royal.
Oh, really?
When people finally get their wish and he'll be number 30,
Would be interesting.
he'd have to be number 30.
He'd have to be number 30. I mean, it would make sense. And they're coming into number 5. I mean, come on.
No.
Boo!
Baz number 3 with AJ.
Right. So, I mean, if you want the big surprise is always supposed to be number 30. That's when
It
Ray
is.
came out at number 30.
And when
They all
Reigns
booed.
came back at 30.
They all booed.
Yes, they did.
I sent you that video, right?
Yes, you
Yes,
did.
the Fresh Prince thing. That was hilarious.
Yeah, so
Oh gosh, Joget got scared. I don't know if y'all couldn't even see that on the camera.
no, you just,
It's like a ghost, but it wasn't a ghost.
You've named this a while back, and Goldberg is now Hall of Fame
I
bound.
kind of called it ahead of time there, didn't I? He came back for a match.
They were talking
but
Goldberg and Batista. I wonder if Batista's waiting then.
I mean, because you were talking about should Batista and Undertaker go in, or whichever one should go in this year with them. I don't think that they will be overshadowed.
But there'll be another bigger, I mean, not bigger, but a kind of big name.
Well, it's like, okay, when the Ultimate Warrior went in, Jake Roberts and Razor Ramon went in.
Right, they're kind of, So.
But neither one of them was WWE champion. Ultimate Warrior was.
Yes.
So they looked at Ultimate Warrior as the main event of that thing. They looked at Razor and Jake as mid-card guys for that induction.
Right.
So you're going to have a main event, but you're going to have a mid-card. You're not going to have, unless it's a person that's deceased, you're not going to have another huge name.
No. This may be a weak card. I mean, it may be.
I mean, if it's like a Brian Pillman or a Bam Bam Bigelow,
Yeah, they're talking Bam Bam. They're talking Ivory. They're talking Dudleys.
So to me, that's a little weak. But
it's a little weak. Impact.
The Dudleys make sense. Ivory is not that big of a deal.
No.
Not in my opinion. So, I mean, like when you see what we're going to go over in a little while of the people coming in for the Raw 25,
yes.
Some of the women on here haven't gone in yet. And it's like that would be a better pick than Ivory, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, I know. But Impact has decided to go back to a 4-sided ring.
Again.
And the people love it. The wrestlers love it. They said it was hard to work with the 6-sided.
Well, yeah, because the angles and everything, and plus they say the
Probably cheaper.
but also the bumps are a lot harder on the 6-sided ring. They say that's what they say.
I mean, they good for them. I mean, they losing people, they gaining
people.
people.
Oh, they're losing a lot of big names though.
But they gained Austin Aries.
Ooh,
which is surprising.
I know that's your buddy and all.
They wrote him a big check.
I guarantee it.
It won't matter though.
It's not going to make the ratings change that much. Kenny Omega responded to Roman Reigns calling himself the best performer in ring in the world right now. Did you see Kenny Omega's response to this?
No, but I had a response for it. Come on, Roman. Jeez.
Now, Roman, I'll give him credit. He is good at what he does. Absolutely.
Steroids.
You wouldn't. Well, apparently that's what they say. You wouldn't be at the level that you're at if you weren't good enough to do it. Okay, I get that.
Something you like too.
Do what?
Vince really likes him.
Well, of course Vince likes him, but I'm saying that he would not be able to compete at that high level. That'd be like saying if Vince liked Marty Jannetty, he still wouldn't be as good as Shawn Michaels.
That's true.
Sorry.
I understand. Okay, yeah. High level, got it. Okay.
Right. I mean, yeah, they like Roman Reigns, but, I mean, and no disrespect to the people that have passed away, but Rosie didn't get to that level. Roman Reigns is better than Rosie.
He is.
Okay? Roman Reigns has surpassed his father by leaps and bounds.
Right? He has a decent body for it.
Right. He has the body for it, whereas his brother and his dad were heftier people. He has the body that Vince likes. So that helps. Yeah. So, I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve what he's got, but he's not the best in the world.
No.
It's just not going to happen.
On the steroids in his brain.
Yes, because Roman Reigns did issue a statement on the recent steroid accusation saying that he did not know who this man was. He had never heard of the company.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I would have kept my mouth shut. Unless you were brought into a court of law.
You let the WWE handle all that. You don't say a word, because if your name comes up now on any paperwork, you look like the biggest DA in the world.
Right. Now you're a big liar, you're a cheat, all this kind of stuff. So let's hope, for his sake, that nothing comes up on the paperwork.
With his name on it, yes.
Right.
If your name comes up on anything.
Because you know WWE's going to have to act swiftly. Because now they're going to have to jump ahead of the fact that he said he didn't even know the guy. He never even heard of the company.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, deniability. But if it is true, I mean, he's already had one suspension.
Yeah, which you brought that up too.
Yeah. Which, a second suspension, I mean, 60 days, but at the same time, when you're at that high caliber, yeah, I mean, you better hope it doesn't get any worse than that, or they're going to go ahead and just let you go, because it's just going to be a media firestorm on them.
This is at the wrong time of the year.
Oh, yeah.
For somebody's head when they have big
season.
things for you. But, yeah, I know issue with that. And I've heard other people talk about, sometimes, of all the wrestlers in all the world, why Roman Reigns?
What do you mean? Why Roman Reigns?
Why bring up his name? Why don't you bring up Brock Lesnar?
Right.
I believe more in Brock Lesnar than Roman Reigns.
Right.
So where there's smoke, there could be a little fire.
Well, because
why bring up his name?
well, Roman's a big dude, but he's not that big.
No, exactly. Hulk Hogan, I'd say, Hulk Hogan. Okay, I believe that. But
Which, I mean, remember, Brock did get busted for it in the
bring up
UFC.
Vince's name, for God's
Right.
sakes.
Brock did get busted for it in the UFC.
Exactly.
And remember, WWE did nothing. They didn't suspend him off of that, even though they said he was in steroids because he's a part-timer. They didn't test him,
Don't test part-timers.
which is very odd. I'd love to be a part-timer then,
And John Cena definitely loving it.
Right. So
I mean, John Cena would have made more sense than Roman Reigns.
right.
Of all, people.
Because that was the only wrestler he brought up. He brought up actors and stuff, but then
Wahlberg.
yeah, which doesn't surprise you when you got to get buffed up for
Yeah.
a movie role and then drop weight.
Right.
Of course, steroids, that works. So it's just very interesting. It's going to be. I mean, this is WrestleMania season. It's not a good time for this to come about.
Nope.
And then maybe that guy was lying and he's just trying to get the heat off of him, put it on other people. And maybe Roman is telling the truth. He doesn't know who this guy is or doesn't know the name of the company and stuff. Which, I mean, if you got someone to get it for you, maybe you don't know these people.
That's right.
And then Samoa Joe reportedly injured with his foot, could be out for 12 weeks, but I did hear it's not going to require surgery.
That's good, but still, 12 weeks.
12 weeks.
Time.
Does that mess up WrestleMania for him?
It says it's right around it.
So he may not make it.
He'll be in the battle royal, and if he just comes back a few weeks before, there'll be no time to.
I mean, because Finn Balor was ready a few weeks before WrestleMania, but they didn't have time to give him nothing, so he just didn't appear at all. So that'll be 2 years in a row because last year's WrestleMania he had just come up right before WrestleMania because wasn't that or was that the year before? It was the Triple H and Seth Rollins, wasn't it? Was that last year?
Yeah, Triple H and Seth was last year.
Yeah, okay, so remember Samoa Joe came in to help Triple H with all that. But he didn't appear on camera, he didn't come out with Triple H, he wasn't in any matches.
No.
So this will be 2 years in a row if he misses this one.
Yes, that's true.
It's not good. I mean, you made a good point the other day when we were talking about this. Samoa Joe wasted his best years in TNA.
He did.
Because he's been on the main roster since last WrestleMania, and he's already been injured, 3-4 times?
Yeah, one time they just get nose repaired, so it wasn't injury. He was fixing a consistent problem. So
Deviated septum problem.
but the other stuff, yes,
He's been injured a couple times.
And like the other people I heard talk about Samoa Joe, could be his body's really not used to this WWE schedule.
Right.
Because you didn't have this in Ring of Honor, you didn't have this kind of schedule in TNA. So
Right.
it's a lot harder schedule, so it could be more affecting his body more.
It definitely is.
We got some free agents out there, or maybe one free agent. One could be already signed already.
Right.
As EC3 and Bobby Lashley are free from Impact. They said EC3 was spotted at the Performance Center on Tuesday, though. So that's a little interesting.
Sorry.
That's all right.
My bad. Continue.
They said...
But yes, EC3.
Yeah, they also
at the Performance Center.
also canceled an event he had that was
The day of
Royal Rumble.
Yes. It definitely makes it look like he is about to be showing up.
Yeah.
Which is a good thing.
Do you want him to show up in the Royal Rumble or just show up?
Well, I mean, look, AJ showed up at the Rumble. See where he's at.
Yeah, but you think he's big enough? EC3 is a big enough name to draw enough cheers or boos or whatever? Or do you think, okay, who's this guy? Or you think they need to show him and build him up? Because let's be a waste. He's not winning the Royal Rumble. Why be in it? Why be a new guy debuting who was there before?
I would actually much rather him show up and be in the audience at TakeOver the night before, and not actually at the Royal Rumble
with his aunt.
I mean, I don't know if they'll go that far with it.
Well, She probably enjoy getting a check.
She would, and he owns the rights to it now.
He owns the rights to it, but
WWE probably won't. They'll probably do the same thing they do with the Woken thing. They may call him EC, but not call him the third. You know what I'm saying? They could pull it off that way. You know, since they own the letters, maybe they'll call him ECW and have Ethan Carter or something. Carter will be his middle name.
That's true. That's true.
Ethan
right.
Carter Willoughby, something like that. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? They could pull that off. They own the letters.
How do you feel about the new signings that WWE has gotten?
Oh, I mean, that's huge.
He is huge. He's going to be very well taken.
Candice LeRae and Johnny Gargano are now the official first ever married couple of the Performance Center.
That's a good thing for her.
That is a good thing for her.
It took long enough. I thought they should have hired her after Mae Young Classic.
I guess, that takes time with the whole...
They got to test them and everything.
They got to do all the testing and stuff like that, which, I mean, it didn't work out well for Jazzy, which she just went under the knife the other week and did have her surgery. The other good one is Ricochet, but they're saying what's going to happen, they'll probably separate his name, and it'll be Rico Chet. Take Ricochet and separate it, it's Rico Chet.
I hope not.
I was like, just
call him Rico for God's sake.
Something.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. But I think that he is one of those that, and I may be wrong, maybe completely wrong.
He could be.
I may be completely wrong, but I think he's going to be one of those guys that gets lost in the shuffle. Honestly, if they let him stay in NXT, he'll be the greatest thing that's ever happened since sliced bread.
Well, all of these, including EC3, Ricochet, War Machine, and Candice LeRae, all should be NXT.
Yes, they
Bobby
should.
Lashley would the only one I could believe
To go straight up.
Straight up, yes.
Yes, and that's because
Bobby Lashley could be in the Royal Rumble. I could be okay with that one because he's been there before.
Yes, but I don't think his contract ends until April. They wrote him off already because of the next tapings and everything, but I don't think he would contractually be able to, whereas EC3's contract was already up, and that's why he was able to go to the Performance Center and stuff and not be any breach of contract. So I don't think Lashley could come around until after WrestleMania.
Be okay, too.
And, maybe the night after WrestleMania, and that'd be totally fine. Him and Brock could, go at it for the title, Because obviously that's a perfect...
For the what?
For the title.
The title?
You never
After
know.
WrestleMania, it's going to be Roman Reigns Day.
You never know. Well, it depends on the steroids.
If you got Rusev Day anymore.
Depends on the steroids, my friend.
That definitely changes a lot of things.
It will change a lot of things. But yes, Ricochet, I see him...
205 Live.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. That's where Vince will see him best fit.
NXT or 205 Live, yes.
And that's the problem. 205 Live, they will simmer him down just like they have the rest of the cruiserweights where they can't hardly do all their stuff. What is Ricochet known for? Flying around. Vince doesn't like all that flying around because it's potentially dangerous where they could get hurt.
Oh, yeah.
You don't see a lot of flying around. So I think he's going to be grounded more, and in the longevity of your career, that's a good thing. But they signed him for his athletic ability for what he does. That's what people want to see. They don't want to see him grounded.
We'll have to see. After Raw 25, things could change.
And they could, and that's wonderful.
Can I bring you back Curb Stomp return?
I don't know why. They call it the Blackout, too. They didn't call it the Curb Stomp.
Still, it's Curb Stomp.
It is the Curb Stomp, and I don't understand why they let it happen.
The Revival mentioned professional wrestlers.
They're not sports entertainers. They're professional wrestlers.
Which they'll take a meeting this Monday for
Oh, yeah, from the APA and the New Age Outlaws and any other tag team that shows back up.
Which is a bad thing to do.
It is. Guess what happened to the Ascension?
That's right.
They got beat down by all those tag teams.
Oh,
Look at them.
War Machine will make their debut after the Authors of Pain leave.
Because they don't need to be on the same roster with them. Absolutely.
Take the big team out, bring the big team in.
Yeah, you only need one big team, and we're not counting heavy machinery.
No.
But I don't know if you watched the latest episode.
I have, yeah.
Man, that TM61 stuff is good.
It is. I like the way they're building back.
And they're kind of playful and goofy and stuff, leading, in the little promo stuff, and then they're showing that they used to wrestle each other. Now they got the chemistry to be a team, and the part 2's coming up next week. Oh, look what it did for Roderick Strong. It helped Roderick Strong. Which now he needs a heel turn. That's what
I was
was
going to say, we're on the same wavelength. Oh, I thought you were going to give me a high five.
Right. That was hilarious. But anyway, so yeah, all good signings with the WWE. So this is good stuff.
But the bad thing about it is, with good signings coming in, people's got to go.
That is true. That is true.
So.
But yeah, so EC3, Bobby Lashley, we'll see what happens with them. Alberto Del Rio says he has apologized to Triple H. And of course, now that he's not with Paige, he blames Paige for all those rants.
Yes, I don't remember any puppet strings on him when he was out there blabbing his mouth about.
Now maybe, yeah, she probably egged it on. Of course, you're a couple, but she was also being supportive. Don't sit there. You're not being a man if you can't admit your faults. You said those things. Paige didn't open your mouth and say it for you and just move your mouth.
That's awful
for
funny though. Let's see. Impact's cutting back on Paige.
Mm-hmm.
His little contract's coming up to an end after their next pay-per-view or whatever the hell it's going to be.
Really?
I
didn't know that part.
Then he's all being goody-goody and apologizing to Vince. And would love to have another little short run with WWE.
Yeah.
Not a full-time schedule.
No.
Short run.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't hire him back. Sorry. Go back to Mexico. Stay with Impact. Whatever you want to do, Mr. Al.
Bellator, MMA, whatever it's called. Yeah,
whatever.
do all your thing with all that.
He doesn't impress me. I'm sorry. I mean, they gave him the 40-man Rumble win.
Yep.
They gave him a win over John Cena as soon as he come back in the door.
Got the U.S. title.
And what's he done? He's done nothing with it.
Right.
Nothing with it. So, Alberto Del Rio.
And they did that whole thing with him and Rusev and Wade Barrett and all that.
Yeah.
And Sheamus. Yeah, okay. You got 4 title contenders in one group, but y'all could have made it what you wanted to make it.
Yeah.
They could have, I mean, yeah. It's not the greatest thing in the world for y'all because y'all are 4 individuals, but so was people like DX. So was people, like Nation Domination. Those were all individuals. It's all about how you make it.
It could have worked.
Oh, yeah.
The
League of Nations.
League of Nations could have worked, yeah.
The LON. Yes. But yeah, so he's just buttering him up, trying to come back. That's all it comes down to. And somebody posted that Rudy Boy Gonzalez, that was with Shawn Michaels, the trainer guy, he was like, I'd love to see him end his career there. Yeah, of course you would. Everybody wants to end their career where the big money is. But while they're not there, they want to blab their mouth at them.
Yeah. Him taking on Austin Aries, I'm going to give the cat of the bag already.
Okay.
If y'all haven't read spoilers.
Nobody watches that stuff anyway.
Him versus Austin Aries will tell the tale.
Right.
If Austin Aries beats him, he is gone. Right. If he wins the title, he re-signs. That's all it is to it.
All there is to it.
So. And now let's go over some confirmed names for the 25th anniversary of Raw. Big Raw 25.
Big Raw 25.
I love the intro.
Oh, I sent that to you. It was great, wasn't it?
Very surprised to seeing CM Punk in there.
CM Punk was number 2 on the top 100. Number 2. But at the same time, what's his name? Baldy, Dana White, said that CM Punk wants another chance, and he's going to give it to him. And he just happens to say this right before Raw 25. Oh, so is he really going to give it to him, or did they say, hey, can you just put that out there, and we'll slide you a little bit of money to say you're going to give him another chance? I don't know, but if he shows up, if you hear Cult of Personality, I know this guy's going to freak out.
I know the roof's going to blow off the building.
Oh, it would. Because are they in Philly?
They're in Philly. Oh, yeah. The steroid boy's going to...
He's going to get booed out of the building. It's him and Miz in the main event.
Yes. Which main event?
Oh. But yeah, so Undertaker's going to be there to set up things with John Cena.
Or Sting. That's going to be...
Come on.
Sting's going to come out, and you think, they're going to give it to us.
And then nothing.
And then John Cena will be the one to give it.
Sting's not even on the list of people showing up, is it?
Doesn't mean anything.
That doesn't mean anything. Jim Ross and Jerry Lawler hopefully will call a couple matches.
They're going to be at the Manhattan Center.
So are they doing some matches there and some matches
I
there?
guess so. Yeah.
So they had to split their production staff.
What I heard from another show.
Ooh, we don't tell names.
They said it would be good if the Undertaker started at the Manhattan Center where it all began.
Oh, because he was the main event at that one.
Said his goodbyes,
like
and it ended it at the night at the other arena, at
Which
the Barclays Center. Yeah, giving that. They said if John Cena confronts him and they make the match, that takes away John Cena winning the Royal Rumble.
Of course.
But we know John Cena shouldn't. John Cena does not do the one the Royal Rumble.
Of course not. But him being in it's a big deal. Whatever.
Yes.
Scott Hall will be there. Ric Flair will be there. The Bella Twins hopefully saying something about the Women's Royal Rumble. JBL and Ron Simmons and the Dudley Boys. Of course, the New Age Outlaws. They'll probably all be involved in the with the what is it called, the team, the Revival, saying they're not sports entertainers.
Yes,
They'll have something to do with that. Stone Cold Steve Austin will probably he might end the night. It wouldn't shock me.
That's hard to say. I know.
Well, because he is the #1 thing with the beer truck
Yeah,
on the top 100,
yes.
so he may end the night. Shawn Michaels and Triple H will be there along with the New Age Outlaws. They didn't say, they say DX, but they said New Age Outlaws were separate, but they never said X-Pac, but I believe X-Pac will be there with them and the
Since
whole...
Nash isn't there anymore.
Right, so Scott Hall will be all by his lonesome. That's
And
weird.
Scott Hall was ended up having a match.
Oh my word, come on now. John Cena, of course, will be there. Brock Lesnar will be there. The Godfather will be there. Probably, some of these will probably be backstage just being goofy.
Yeah.
Brother Love will be there, which shocked me. Bruce Pritchard! Bruce Pritchard!
Wait a minute, didn't Bruce Pritchard used to work for Impact?
Yes, and he has his own podcast. So we're going to have a lot of stories on his podcast about this. Brother Love is going to be there. The Boogeyman is going to be there. Old Teddy Long. Holla, holla, holla.
Yeah, the player,
Right.
yes.
The $1 Million Man, Ted DiBiase, Johnny H., John Laurinaitis, Sergeant Slaughter, Harvey Whippleman, Howard Finkel. Hopefully, I mean, it'd be awesome if he announced a match.
Maybe the main event.
Maybe the main event. That would be awesome. Jonathan Coachman probably interview somebody in the back. Lillian Garcia, she may call a match too. Terry Runnels, Brooklyn Brawler. Maybe he'll job to somebody. That'd be awesome. Which shocking he's coming back after they fired him for being there for 30-something years. That's weird. Chris Jericho, just coming off of the thing with Kenny Omega.
Well, I've heard that Jericho could be iffy. So
Well, they announced he's going to be there.
they did announce, but then it could be iffy now. It says come back. He may not be able to be there.
Weird. Christian will be there, but Edge was out of the country.
Yeah.
So he cannot be there. William Regal will be there. Jacqueline. So maybe we'll have a little PMS with Jacqueline and Terry Runnels reunion there.
Terry and Goldust.
That's awkward. Awkward.
Hey,
But that'd be cool. She'd come up
The
with
water
a cigar.
should be under the bridge.
That's
by now.
true. They have to work together. They have a daughter and all that. So
Okay,
it should
it'd
be
be
all right.
her, Goldust, and Cedric Alexander.
That would be funny. But that would be awesome to see her dressed up as Marlena with the cigar and all that. Would be awesome. Kelly will be there. Maria Kanellis with her pregnant self.
Maybe her husband will be there too.
I am shocked she'll be there because of traveling, being pregnant, traveling and stuff. Michelle McCool will be there. Well, of course, because the Undertaker's there. And I was surprised.
That's a
that
shock
was surprising
one. That's
to
a
me.
shock one there.
MVP Montel Montavious Porter.
Maybe he's back there to sign a contract too.
Maybe. You never know.
You never know.
That would be he would be a
Because I'm
good
in the
one.
25, you're thinking, MVP, wow, that's a pretty good get.
A lot of these are older people that can't do anything. He's still young enough to go.
Yeah.
He still does stuff on the indie scene. So that one surprised me, and they listed him as a legend. Like, they're listing all these people as legends. Some of them I don't consider legends. And him, I don't see him old enough to be a legend yet.
I know.
But they list him as a legend. I don't know why they call Boogeyman a legend. He never really did anything except for scare people.
And lie.
That too, by his age. I wish I could lie about my age and get a really good job like that. Tori Wilson will be there, and Trish Stratus. Out of these, I see Michelle McCool being in the Royal Rumble, Trish Stratus being in the Royal Rumble, Kelly, the Bella Twins. I think Bella Twins are a shoe-in to be in the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
Maria Kanellis, of course, not.
Nope.
Terry wasn't a wrestler, so she's not going to be in it. Tori Wilson wasn't really a wrestler, but they may have her there. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, let's go down to, like I said, this big news episode here.
It really is.
We got the countdowns. 15 W legends who you might not know wrestled for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Now, I'll start off with number 1, Bret Hart. Did not know Bret Hart was a New Japan Pro Wrestler.
British Bulldog.
Brock Lesnar. Yes, I do know Brock.
He was the champion there. Christian. Did not know that.
Christian. China.
Yes. Yes, I do. I heard about that.
Yeah, that's true.
Hulk Hogan.
Definitely, yeah.
Early on.
Early.
Yes. Jeff Hardy. Did not know that.
No. Kevin Nash.
Did not know that.
No.
Kurt Angle. Maybe when he was with TNA, because I don't remember.
Yeah, I mean, I know. I don't remember either.
Owen Hart.
Probably under a mask.
Wouldn't shock me.
Probably way before when he left Calgary.
Probably.
Same for Randy Savage.
Did not know that.
Say early on for Randy
Yeah,
Savage.
did not know that. Ric Flair. I mean, he wrestled there with with the WCW and stuff too.
Right, but I remember wrestling for New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Right.
Hey, you never know.
Rick Rude.
think I remember it really, but I could be following with the WCW.
See, and I'm wondering if that's why what they're saying is if New Japan and WCW had a connection when they were working together, maybe some of these fall underneath that.
If not, they're early in their career.
Because Sting has always been NWA, WCW.
Yeah, I never
But he wrestled in Japan with the WCW crew.
Right.
And then number 15 didn't know this one either.
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker. Didn't know that one
Me neither.
at all.
Nope, that was a fresh one there too.
But it's been a long segment.
There's a lot of freaking news.
A lot of news we had to get through. But up next in part 2, we got the pro wrestling review of the Monday Night Wars of May the 5th through May the 26th of 1997. Is it getting any better, people? We'll find out when we come back.
Right here at Top Row, episode 151. I'm Mike Hogan.
And I am Justin Kyle.
I've seen a few clicks.